We can add some food and science buildings, I think. Oh yeah, there we go. Food. Attack squatter is actually not bad. If we build the Colosseum in all cities, this will actually allow us to build the Circus Maximus. Increase our happiness even more. I just realized I haven't actually built the National College yet, which is a bad mistake. I should have done that much earlier. Although I think things will work out in the end. There we go. Increase our production. Bought a stoneworks. Oh boy, it's still 1 hour and 50 minutes. There's like 1 hour and 40 minutes to go. What did I just buy? Did I just buy the... Okay. Oh yes, I supported your proposal even though it really doesn't matter to me too much. Like embargo city states, whatever. Just... Are you kidding me? Seriously? Man, these dwarves, they're not giving me a break, are they? I mean, I know we're friends and all, but... I mean, just for God's sake, give me something. They're being so greedy with these wonders, man. God, I'm so pissed off about the lack of balance in this game, man. It's like, seriously, look at these scores. Extremely lopsided, like we have so many highs and lows. Did their score just decrease, the dwarves? Yeah, did you see that? 1,460. It used to be 1,472, now it's 69, so... Slight decrease there for whatever reason. Maybe someone stole land from them or something? Or maybe they lost a religion battle with some city, when one city converted away from them or something, I don't know. Something must have happened. Right. Yes, for God's sake, stock exchange, 137 gold from this city alone, that's actually quite huge. We should probably build an armory as well. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Dear Lord. I'm sweating right now. I think a library would be nice. And a wall, actually, if you think about it, because we do want the city to be protected. If the war starts with the Bretonnians, we're going to be ready for a retaliation. Just in case everything goes horribly wrong. You know, if the war starts, we need to make sure that we don't lose a single unit. Because I gotta tell you, I don't think our cities are strong enough to, you know, build units fast enough to recover the ones already lost. And that is actually the reason why I prefer to declare wars in the late game, because by then there are not many buildings you need to build anymore. You pretty much built everything, and all that's left is just, you know, troops, basically. You're just basically building units and even giving them to city-states just for the hell of it. Like, you have nothing left to do. More wars? Okay. I think these are allied with the Bretonnians. Whoa! Bucharest now allied with the Bretonnians. That's gonna be a problem. See, that's what I was saying in the previous episodes. Yeah, if we declare war on the Bretonnians, these guys are gonna be at war with us too. So it looks like we're gonna have to capture them, unfortunately. Man, that is annoying. I was hoping to avoid them. They used to be allied with the Ogre Kingdom, and I thought, yeah, that's okay, that's good. They took a load off my back. Now I have to deal with these. God damn it. Okay, we need dynamite. In fact, I would have liked to ignore the biology for now, but alright, whatever. Just it's gonna take 7 turns. My god, it's 51 turns to steal something from the dwarves. Man, those dwarves are crazy strong right now. Of course, he's denouncing me. Yeah, we've been screwing around with these guys for a while, so yeah. And they've been declaring war on me. They've had it in for me for a long time. Of course, let's work together. You've been my best friend so far. Despite the fact that I'm really annoyed with you right now, you're bringing wonders all over the place. Like, God, for God's sake, stop. We could go for aesthetics, I guess, and then There's this third policy down there. I think, it will increase your culture in all cities that have a wonder. And right now, I think we have wonders in 2 cities. We will build a third one eventually, which means like 33% more culture in 3 cities, which is pretty good actually. Yeah, at some point I will build a wonder in Constantine, I think. I don't remember exactly what that wonder was, but yeah. I think it was the Neuschwanstein, you know, the castle, which will... Yeah, it's called Neuschwanstein. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. It's this castle wonder that makes all castles more powerful. Like +3 gold, +1 happiness, and +1 culture from all castles. It's a pretty cool wonder, actually. And we are going to be building a lot of castles, of course. After all, we're playing Algeria. Defensive buildings are it's the word of the day. The order of the day, basically. So where am I going to send this worker exactly? I think I'm going to send them back just to relax and do nothing. At this point, they're pretty much unemployed. Yeah, let's stay there. These guys are also unemployed. Oh, we can actually improve the aluminum. Yeah, let's do that. We can build one more. Well, that's kind of weird. The settler is in a boat. It was in a boat starting from the land. It's like in a boat on land. Well, what the hell happened? Maybe it's because of the city thing. Yeah, the ocean cities. It's a mod I added for Alpha Centauri. It's supposed to allow you to build cities in the ocean, or at least in the sea, not in the deep ocean, of course, the coastal areas. Although I don't think we can be using it because there is not too many good locations for that. If you're playing in Archipelago, by all means go for it. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, at this point, pretty much all the locations have been taken. The gold tooth tribe. Look at 29 population. Despite the fact that they have such huge population, and they began in the overpowered jungle areas, but they didn't really capitalize on that incredibly powerful start. They pretty much removed most of their jungles, like 70% of their jungles, that they removed them because they're idiots. Of course, the AI is an idiot. They should have kept the jungle because of how powerful it is. It gives you one more food than usual. I think it's time to build the aqueduct. Yeah, let's know the aqueduct. And the windmill is actually pretty good at this point. Where's the windmill? And the harbor. Dear Lord, I forgot about the harbor. We haven't yet connected the city yet. Okay. The Zawiya, of course, will be useful eventually. Once the city actually grows. Who needs horses? Just go away. Give me your gold instead. Yeah, we're going to give you gold in exchange for gold. How about that? Yes, keep stockpiling that faith. I think we have the highest faith income of all nations. Holy crap, 343 gold per turn. Did you see that? He had exactly 343 gold per turn. I mean, yes, just besides the fact that there's the Civ Advanced mod increasing gold because of certain new buildings like the tax collector and all that, but man, where is he getting all that gold? Maybe it's the specialists? Maybe he has a lot of trading posts? Yeah, it's a strong possibility. Ironworks. It looks like we built a workshop in all cities, which is nice. Although we are going to found a new city just in the next few turns, which means once we start building the ironworks, we're going to have to stop because of that city until we build a workshop in that new city. Yeah. You see there, the settler's going to arrive in like 4 turns, maybe. Okay, 3 turns, and the 4th turn he's going to found the city. Yeah. So that's it's not enough to actually build the ironworks in that time. Well, I would love to build them though. Then again, we can just buy. You can see here we're making 143 gold per turn at this point. We can easily buy like a workshop if we have the money. We can rush for it. But I would have preferred to build the ironworks in a city that doesn't have a lot of production to begin with. Then again, we are going to try to build a Neuschwanstein here. Let's go to the castle for now. You know what? I'm going to focus on military for Constantine right now. Yeah, just focus on military production. We've already filled up that museum. We have +2 tourism. And we're going to build another one. Hawkers for pearls, of course. Why not? We're friends after all. So our happiness is actually decreasing somewhat alarmingly, yeah. Did I remove the production focus from the capital? I don't think I did. Oh my god, I actually forgot to remove the production focus for the rest of the game. Okay, this is actually quite acceptable. Crimson Nirnroot for ebony. Yes, please give me your ebony. I might actually be able to weasel out some of that ebony. Use it in building factories. If we can build a couple factories before the before we declare war on them, and just use up all these coal, all that coal, yeah, that would be cool. Whew, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired, baby. Yeah. Just stretch my back. So, again, we have an unemployed worker here. You know what? I'm probably gonna be using those workers in. Once we capture cities from the Bretonians, we could repair the lands. We could repair the plundered tiles using these workers. You know, at this point, I remember I was being worried that once we declare war, I mean, what if suddenly Valletta and all these cities, they leave the ogres and they become allies with the Bretonians? That would be disastrous. It means we're going to be attacked from all sides, and we're going to have to fix a bunch of tiles. Little did I know that the Bretonians would be doing really badly at that point. Okay, this is probably a controversial decision, but hey, what the hell. Research treaty with the dwarves, why not? Even though they don't need any more science. Yeah, I totally forgot to remove the production focus from Algiers. God damn, that's such a big mistake. I want that city to grow at this point. First influential culture, alright. Not that it would matter, it's not gonna matter too much. I mean, except maybe just give other nations a hard time. That's it. I wonder if it's actually easier to achieve a culture victory in a smaller game. I think so. The question is, are we going to be able to actually achieve cultural dominance on elsewhere? You can see the nation of elsewhere there. That's the question. Are we going to have to use like musicians and all that crap? Or do we just, you know, go up there and capture all of their cities? That's another good possibility, actually. I think they're located to the east. To the east of our nation, yeah. Across the sea. Alright. Okay, just stop there. Oh, so these are the guys we actually become influential over. They're buying our blue jeans, listening to our pop music. I worry that the rest of the world will succumb to your influence of your culture. By all likelihood, that's what's gonna happen. What the hell is this? Okay, I assume that's these are city-states at war with each other or something like that. That's probably it. Is it possible for city-states to be at war with each other? Okay, so this guy actually wants to declare war on elsewhere. By all means, go ahead. Give them a hard time. Make sure you wipe them out completely. This way I can actually, if I can become influential over the dwarves, and you know, to have the people of elsewhere removed completely, that would be convenient.
If the brain was so
there we go, have some oil. I think we've discovered 2 oil deposits. Let's take a look. So there's one here, but this is not within our borders. Where's the other one? Check it out. Here, they're behaving like ships over land. Like, what the hell's going on? Most likely this is because of the Ocean Cities mod. I hope it doesn't affect our ability to found a city there. Now, one thing I'm worried about is this city will have very little production except for the minerals. So, is it better to found the city over the oil, or is it better to found it away from the oil? Like, make sure that we have an oil well over the oil instead of a city. I think it's better to found the city away from it rather than on top of it, so we can build an oil well instead. Yeah, I think that's what I end up doing. So, in fact, instead, we're gonna found the city between the rice and the Hawkers. I think that's the better idea. Alright. What am I gonna build now? Yeah, a bunch of food improvements, I guess. Yeah, let's go with that. Whoa, this city has a lot to build. Probably because it's very poor in production. And, you know, the windmill might actually be helpful in that regard. Why was I building mines? At that point, the mines are just not doing their job anymore because they're not even being worked by the city. The city has very little food. Did I just move that settler back? Oh wait, I actually moved the pikemen instead. Yeah, at this point I was thinking about what I just told you. Is it better to build that city over the oil or next to it? I think next to it is the right answer. And furthermore, we gain all the tiles at the same time. We don't have to like buy tiles or anything like that. And eventually we will acquire the minerals bit by bit. They have 3 movement points, even though they're standing on land. Yeah, see that? A slight bug there. It's an amusing bug, but it's not. It doesn't. It does give you +1 movement, so that's kind of nice. Oh, I just realized the name of the Elsewhere people. They're called Khajiit. Man, that was. It's a name that doesn't really. It's not very memorable. It's kind of like very exotic. It's not a word that comes to mind immediately. Like you could remember the Argonians and the Altmer and the Falmer, which are like the snow elves and all these. But Khajiit, it doesn't really stick in your mind. The orcs, I think, are called like Orsimer or something like that. Yeah. The Argonians are supposed to be the lizard people, I think. Yeah, that's how it goes. The Red Guard, they live in Hammerfell, the desert people. So yeah, Khajiit. It's the name that doesn't really come to mind. So at this point, the Khajiit are actually going to be our biggest rivals because, okay, the dwarves, of course, but the Khajiit, they actually require, they're more demanding when it comes to culture. Our best hope is to convert them into order, and that way we can take the policy, which will give us plus 50% tourism towards other order nations. That's a strong possibility. I think this time, yeah, okay, we're going to start buying things. I think the carpentry is the best idea, yeah. And then we should probably also buy the workshop. There we go. Even though we haven't actually yet acquired the skyscraper policy. Okay. Good. You know, I think actually the shrine is faster to build, so let's do that. At least until we can buy the factory or something. I might actually buy a factory there. Okay, what next? Man, I can't believe I wasn't paying attention to the war situation. The Bretonnians at this point were being besieged on all sides. If only I just turned my head to the south, I would have seen just how much in trouble they were. Instead, I was just wasting time building mines. Like, what the hell? Okay, that is actually quite embarrassing. Oh, there we go. We're going to acquire artillery in 12 turns. After that, we're gonna build like 3 or 4 artillery units and just smash Bucharest with all we've got. Again, under mind worm attack, really. For some reason, the advisors want me to build a farm in the desert. Like, really, how is that gonna be useful? Well, there's an improvement which can give you more resources from deserts. That could be useful though. Eventually. Anyways, just in case we start getting... at this point, I think I was thinking that if we get attacked by Valletta, we need to keep our workers safe and on standby in case we have to repair any plundered areas. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. God, I can't believe I haven't removed the production focus. I'm kind of pissed off about that. Nevertheless, in my next session, I will actually remove it. We'll go back to the default focus, or maybe even go for some gold focus. Yeah, at this point, I should probably be going for the gold focus and just buying stuff everywhere. That is something I usually do in Endless Legend, because it's more obvious there. It really, the game points you in that direction. It gives you a few hints. Sure, rifling. In fact, we should have done that a long time ago. Right now, we're in third place in literacy, even though the dwarves are way ahead of us, 7% more. I think they have like 5 technologies we haven't discovered yet. Just crazy stuff. Right now, we're mostly stealing from the ogres. I think I remember I made some kind of deadline. I was saying when I was talking in the unrecorded commentary, I was saying that I will give myself a deadline. I will attack the Bretonians by turn 360. So let's see if we can actually make that deadline. Right now it's turn 341, as you can see in the upper right corner. If we manage to actually produce like a small army with 3 generals, we might actually be able to capture Bucharest. What we need is at least 3 artillery, so we can bombard them from a distance while the other troops hold the line. We can easily hold the line with a couple of musketmen and some what are these called? The Gatling guns. With 2 generals, yeah, I think like 2 musketmen, 2 Gatling guns with 2 generals is more than enough to hold the line, yeah. Well, check it out. The Bretonian cannon is like making some rounds here. Like, what's he doing there? You're not welcome here, sir. Maybe they're spies. Alright, so now we have our first rifleman. We need more. Way more. Man, this city really needs help. We need to start building windmills everywhere. What the hell? Let's go with the... I think, yeah, the windmill is actually a good option. How much does it cost to buy? Yeah, everything else is way too expensive. 720 gold, wow. It's a bit much. We can afford it in like 2 turns, I think, yeah. In 2 turns we should be able to buy that. Probably even less, actually. We might actually be able to afford it next turn, yeah. Alright, you guys are gonna stay behind. Alright, another farm. So yeah, I think at this point it's good to build an oil well there. Yeah, you will see the oil well provides +2 production, so it's definitely worth it in that particular city, especially considering that it's a coastal city on an island, doesn't have a lot of sources of production. Alright, check it out. Religion is spreading as intended. So at this point we don't have to worry about too much about religion. Although, it would be nice if the city really converts itself and get it over with. Because I want to buy the faith buildings as soon as I can. We need to increase that tourism. Oh man, look at all these numbers. +10 food from one city to another. At first I thought that there was a penalty, like one of the cities will actually lose food, but apparently it's not. It doesn't happen. I'm gonna try using this in future Let's Plays. I'm not even sure if I will ever do more Let's Plays of Civ5. If it gets demanded more, I might actually get down to it. With more mods, I might actually try a pirate mod of some kind. Play with pirates and plundering trade routes. I actually found a mod like that. If you're looking for a pirate experience in Sid Meier's Civ 5, I found a way to do it actually. Then again, you can just go ahead and buy and just play Sid Meier's Pirates, right? Which is another interesting game. I might actually get down to it. I think there was another game like that. I'm gonna remember the name. If I actually ever have the funds to buy these, I might actually try them eventually. Yeah. We'll cross that road when that bridge when we get there. Okay, 40 turns to steal another technology, not bad. But yeah, the ogres, I don't blame them for being pissed off at me. Like 12 turns to steal technology, that is insane, really fast. Our assassin here, this great assassin Noel, that guy is amazing. He pretty much saved our entire nation. He's like an invisible guy. He has been stealing technology from the ogres for ages and they haven't noticed. He's like sitting there in their city and stealing stuff. Then again, that is an embarrassment on our part. Like, we have reached a point where even freaking ogres are smarter than we are. They're more scientific than we are. Okay, it's nice to know that they are in civil resistance. They're actually starting to admire our order. They're turning into communism. Our proletariat has spread its influence over their fascist state. Okay. We're not going with secularism or indeed rationalism at all because we don't have a lot of population to begin with, which means we're not going to be using any specialists, really. Our specialists are going to be limited. So instead, I think skyscrapers is the good option in at this point. We are going to be building more cities. You know, acquiring new cities, for capturing them or whatever. But most importantly, buying buildings in order to speed up our progress. So, I don't remember exactly what I did, but I think skyscrapers is the better option here. What was I thinking? Okay, so we will acquire great riders and great generals next turn, actually. It's the next few turns, and there's even a great general on the way. That's actually pretty interesting. So the idea was, I wanted to go for cultural centers followed by flourishing of the arts. But right now we don't have enough wonders for that. So, you know what? Skyscrapers it is. There we go. That's a good choice. The tier 2 policies are actually even better. Alright, so we have a city connection. Good. Means our gold will increase even more. You will notice that our happiness is actually starting to decrease. And the reason why is because we haven't built any colosseums for most of the game. We were having some happiness problems in the early game, but right now we're doing pretty well. Thanks to all the luxuries. Alright, I think it's time for this one. Yeah, let's build the ironworks. We bought the workshop just for that occasion. Now we need to buy things here. What are we gonna buy? Lighthouse? Lighthouse is actually not bad. But I would prefer to save money until we can buy the factory or the windmill, and yeah. In the meantime, we should probably build something small and mundane, like the granary, maybe? Come on, build a granary. Come on, me. Okay, fine, lighthouse. Improve the hawkers. Once we buy the windmills and the factories, this will increase the production significantly. Alright, we're gonna have a harbor there as well. Oh man, there's still like 1 hour and 20 minutes of this session. So you can see the dwarves. I think I'm not sure if you caught that, but they already have an airplane. Like, holy crap! What chance do we have against these guys? I mean, if you have any advice on how to change my playstyle, be my guest. But keep in mind, I would prefer if you have actually watched the early episodes, because really the early game was when all things started to fall apart. If you can see our starting location, you will notice that our choices were quite limited as to new expansion location. We were surrounded by mountains, which means we had a very good defensive location, but very little economic potential. Okay, so we have a great rider and a great general. think we should produce another great work. Yeah, let's do this.
But I don't want to go among mad people, Alice remarked. Oh, you can't help that, said the cat. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad. How do you know I'm mad, said Alice. Well, you must be, said the cat. Or you wouldn't have come here.
I actually remember reading that from Lewis Carroll. Yeah, it's the Alice in Wonderland. That's a line that I don't usually see in the movies. In the movies, usually they don't say that particular line, but it's in the book, of course. I think it's in the book. Yeah. I think Alice was on drugs or something. I think she was on some kind of drug when she went down the rabbit hole. She was probably smoking a joint. I think she took mushrooms. Okay, that's not really the story, but I'm just guessing, you know. So realistically speaking, somewhere out there's probably some kind of parody video, a B movie of some kind, making fun of this particular aspect. You know, Alice taking mushrooms and having all these hallucinations. It's kind of funny. So what are all these workers doing next to my name? All these foreign workers. I think they're all chaos workers, or maybe I don't know what are they doing? Is it possible they could be city-state workers? They're just begging me to capture them. Because I gotta tell you, we have an overload of workers right now. We have way too many unemployed workers. And I would have preferred to just remove them. But you know what? I'm gonna use them eventually for, you know, repairing the cities we eventually capture. And I promise you, we will capture cities. I know it's way too late in the game, but yeah, at some point we will make like this huge rush towards the south. I'm gonna try to beat the ogres and the empire and all these. I'm gonna try to control my entire continent. If that doesn't push us towards victory, nothing will. The game is probably gonna be over by like turn 500 or something. Usually I finish my games in turn 400, like 30, 50. Mostly diplomatic victory, which most expert players prefer to disable because it takes them out of it makes the game like too easy and too cheesy. But hey, for me, being an average player myself, I'm just gonna do whatever it takes. And another day. So how many generals do we have now? By the way, keep in mind, we haven't bought any generals so far. At this point, if you want to buy a general, he's going to cost me like 1,000 faith. And if you want to... yeah, that cost will actually increase. So after you buy your first general with 1,000 faith, he will be... The next one will be, I think, 1,500. So yeah, there's going to be a slight inflation of faith prices. The faith costs, I mean. So you need to keep that in mind. Thankfully, we never really had to buy generals so far. I mean, generals is good to buy in an emergency situation. We're not in an emergency, really. I mean, yes, we're in an emergency as far as losing the game is concerned, but again, there's no war yet. You can see there, 1,000 faith. And we have bought a factory, I think, yeah. Actually, yes, this city is quite weak, and it's still weak. The production is just not high enough. Okay, it's pretty high. We can build the basic things. I should probably build a Colosseum at this point. The jeweler is fine because we are standing on top of a soul gem. Yeah, this city has been built on top of the soul gem, so yeah. Colosseum is a good idea. There we go. Zoya. Observatory. I haven't built an observatory yet, that's usual. You would think that would be a priority. So this city is supposed to be some kind of military city. The hospital, oh god, yes. This city has been having some food problems since the beginning. So we might as well go for a hospital. The harbor is going to be complete here as well. I thought you might like to know your army is a little on the weak side. Better watch your back. No doubt you have something in mind. Your intentions are transparent. Someone adopted ideology. The Empire has adopted order. Okay. So it's good to know that we have more people on the side of order. Although it won't stop me from declaring war on them if necessary, considering that they have. Did you see what I just saw? I think the Bretonnians lost a city to the Empire just now. You can see here on the map, the mini map. Yeah, the Bretonnians have only 2 cities left. Wow. So again, I should have paid more attention, but I didn't. I was too busy thinking myself. Yeah, I was playing in a very eccentric manner. But I will notice eventually. A bit too late, but I will notice that, hey, the Bretonnians, they're getting their asses kicked. I should get... My clock is ticking. I should get moving. And we do end up capturing a city, of course. I mean, keep in mind, right now the Bretonnians... the last 2 cities are probably the most difficult to capture because... yeah, and that's why the... And the Empire, of course, is probably going to go through some kind of happiness penalties and all that. Which means they can't afford to capture anymore. But man, how powerful are they right now in order to capture a city so far away from their home, the Empire nation? Do we need a cathedral? Oh, okay, fine. So just if it happens, it'll be fine. I don't think the city is fit for military production, although they work both. I think we should build an archaeologist here, yeah. Yeah, screw the cannon, wow. Okay, so for some reason I decided to emphasize the archaeologist because I do want to improve this antiquity site. There's another one down there. Yeah, there we go. And this one has nothing built on top of it. I mean, the other one has farms, but this one has nothing. So might as well improve it. Alright, so we have 2 great generals side by side, sharing the burden of war.